Walmart customers really are the dumbest. By user potential come 5,329. I used to work for NCR and Walmart is one of their biggest customers. So I spent a lot of time in there fixing registers, self-checkouts, back-office IT equipment. I immediately learned to stop wearing my company's blue shirt W/khaki pants. Didn't matter though. People would see my lanyard, or even see the NCR logo on the left breast of my shirt and still think I worked for Walmart. My favorite experience is when I had to change out something in the network office in the back. It was the end of the day, and when I was done with that ticket, my day was over. As I was walking through the store to leave, I saw Kristen, a friend of mine from a previous job. As we stood there catching up, a woman came over and stood right at us, watching us talk. Kristen finally asked if she needed something. The woman pointed at me and said, "Yeah, we need to get into a dressing room." I, dressed in all black, said, "I don't work here." She said, "Ha, funny, we really do need to get into a dressing room." I said, "No, seriously, I don't work here. Go find a Walmart employee." She started swearing at me and told me to do my job. I said, "Look, lady, for the third FKG time, I don't work for a Walmart." She swore at me some more and said it was ridiculous how the employees don't want to work. My friend jumped in and said, "She told you 3 times that she doesn't work here. Are you having a stroke that you don't understand plain English?" This woman, still insisting I was lazy, called me a few names as she turned to find a manager. I just said, "Don't get mad at me because you're too dumb to see my shirt doesn't say Walmart, and I've told you 3 times I don't work here." I would bet she told her friends that a Walmart employee refused to help her. Another time, as I was walking through, I heard a woman say, "There's someone, let's ask them." As she followed me saying, "Excuse me," I just kept walking. Finally, she ran up on me and said, "We've been trying to get your attention and you just keep ignoring us. We need help." I told her I didn't work there. She said, "So that Walmart on your shirt doesn't mean nothing?" I pointed to it and said, "Does that really look like it says Walmart?" She immediately looked embarrassed, said, "Oh," and turned to walk the other way. I just said, "That's right, don't apologize." Another one that popped in my head was for Sam's Club, still owned by Walmart. At one of their new, smaller self-checkouts. It was roped off and the register closed sign up while I worked on it. It was Christmas time and lines were full. Someone started yelling, "Are you going to open up?" and "Hey" over and over. I was busy reinstalling the software, so not really paying attention until some guy walked over and said, "I think she's yelling at you." I looked up and said, "I don't work here, I'm repairing this unit." She screamed, "Well, F***, you could have said something earlier while I was making a fool of myself yelling at you." I just said, "Pretty sure that's not my fault." She kept on with the obscenities until another customer told her to shut up. Then the guy who'd come over to me said, "Merry Christmas, everyone." Everyone but the jagoff laughed. And I probably have a couple hundred stories similar to these. Many times, I'd have a register in pieces on the belt with a "This line is closed" sign on the back of the belt, and someone would still put their items on the belt, waiting to be checked out. I stopped saying "This register is closed" to be nice because I'd still get snapped at for letting them put their items on the belt, ignoring the "This line is closed" sign. Ironic mistake by user ecstatic like 3281. I took my husband to a podiatry appointment 2 weeks ago and had to run out to the car to grab his off-roading boot during the appointment. Mind you, I was wearing jeans, sneakers, and a FFDP concert tee. As I came back in and headed for the door back to the exam rooms, a woman in a wheelchair started hollering at me. "Woman, excuse me. How much longer do I have to wait?" Me turning to make sure she's not talking to me and tipping my head with some confusion, "Sorry. Woman, how much longer are you going to make me wait?" Irritated and slow, like I'm being obtuse. Me looking at the registration window right next to her, "I don't work here," and proceeded back to join my husband. Woman, HMPH. The irony, I'm actually a nurse practitioner at a government facility several states away. My time to not shine, by user J. Barnes Wilson. It finally happened to me. My sister, my kid, and I were at Dollar Tree getting party decorations and whatnot. We were minding our own business. I am wearing PJ pants, a red shirt with the Wet Bandits from Home Alone on it, and a white and black plaid jacket. Basically nothing about me says I work at Dollar Tree. I am also visibly shopping, i.e. putting items in my cart, looking at stuff and discussing it with my sister while my kid tries to add non-sanctioned items to the cart. When suddenly, this woman comes up to me and asks me if she can just buy one balloon or if she has to buy all 3 of them. I freeze because, when I love being helpful, 2. This is the same lady who came in as we were coming into the store, so she knows we don't work here. 3. Is this actually happening? Thankfully, my sister was on her shit and let fly with I don't know, we don't work here. Sweatpants and flip-flops. Katie Heron wore sweatpants and flip-flops, so by user meal team 60. Just now was the first time this has happened to me in years now. I'm at the gas station, grabbing a cup of ice and a soda for work. There is a lady at the coffee counter behind me. My back is to her. I hear, "Excuse me." So I turn around, and this woman says, "Is there a special lid I'm supposed to be using?" None of these seem to fit. And at this point I'm thinking she's just asking a friendly face, because I do seem to have one of those faces that scream, "Look at me, talk to me, ask me questions." Even though I actually hate all of those things. So I just shrug and say, "I have no idea." And she does that bitchy rear back and raise the upper lip thing that implies that someone is disgusted. I'm done getting my ice, so I skip past her to get to the registers, and that's when I hear it. "Oh, I thought you work here." I just ignore that and finish checking out and leave. Dice. I'm wearing my husband's giant sweatpants, flip-flops, and a red shirt with cut-out holes for my thumbs for when I want to feel extra cozy. Yes, my job has a very lax dress code. The uniform for this place's employees is black pants, non-slip shoes, and a black t-shirt with the company logo on it. There were 3 employees there milling about. Sorry, not super dramatic, but I was just excited to have something to share. Don't dress like the employees by user ag. I usually wear black pants and a black polo for work. It's easy and consistent. On my way home from work one day, I stopped at Ulta Beauty for one thing. I completely forgot they usually wear all black. In a span of 10 minutes, I was approached 4 different times. People asked me to check in the back for something, where they could find XYZ product, and one lady asking me what was the best blow dryer for color-treated hair. I couldn't even be mad because it's so hard to tell who is an actual employee in that place, but I wasn't of much help to those 4.